Question 1. When you see a flashing red traffic light at an intersection, you should A. Proceed with caution. B. Stop completely, then proceed when safe. C. Treat it as a yield sign. D. Ignore it if no traffic is present. Answer B. Stop completely, then proceed when safe. A flashing red light at an intersection acts as a stop sign, requiring drivers to come to a complete stop and only proceed when it is safe to do so. Question 2. How should you respond to a pedestrian who is crossing the street at a crosswalk with no traffic light? A. Continue driving if the pedestrian is not in your lane. B. Sound your horn to alert the pedestrian. C. Stop and give the right-of-way to the pedestrian. D. The pedestrian has the right-of-way only on marked crosswalks. Answer C. Stop and give the right-of-way to the pedestrian. Pedestrians have the right-of-way at all crosswalks, marked or unmarked, and drivers must stop and allow them to cross safely. Question 3. If you are involved in a traffic collision, what is the first action you should take? A. Move your vehicle out of traffic, if possible. B. Leave the scene to call for help. C. Immediately begin exchanging information with the other driver. D. Check for injuries and render aid if qualified. Answer D. Check for injuries and render aid if qualified. The first priority in any traffic collision is to check for injuries and provide assistance if you are able to do so safely. Question 4. Describe the proper use of seat belts for adults and minors in a vehicle. A. Only the driver and front seat passengers need to wear seat belts. B. All passengers must wear seat belts, but minors do not need a child safety seat. C. All passengers must wear seat belts, and minors must be in an appropriate child safety seat or booster. D. Seat belts are recommended but not required for adults. Answer C. All passengers must wear seat belts, and minors must be in an appropriate child safety seat or booster. California law requires all passengers to wear seat belts, and children must be secured in a child safety seat or booster seat appropriate for their age and size. Question 5. What is the legal blood alcohol concentration? BASI limit for drivers over the age of 21. A. 0, 8%. B. 0, 5%. C. 0, 10%. D. There is no specific limit as long as you can drive safely. Answer A. 0, 8%. In California, the legal limit for blood alcohol concentration. BASI for drivers 21 years and older is 0, 8%. Question 6. How far in advance should you signal before making a turn? A. At least 50 feet before the turn. B. At least 100 feet before the turn. C. At least 200 feet before the turn. D. It's not required to signal if you're in a turn lane. Answer B. At least 100 feet before the turn. California law requires drivers to signal at least 100 feet before turning or changing lanes. Question 7. When are you allowed to make a U-turn at an intersection? A. Anytime, as long as it is not explicitly prohibited. B. Only when a U-turn sign is posted. C. When there are no vehicles approaching nearby. D. When it is safe and not prohibited by a sign. Answer D. When it is safe and not prohibited by a sign. U-turns at intersections are allowed unless a sign specifically prohibits them, and it must be safe to perform the turn. Question 8. What actions should you take if your vehicle starts to skid on a slippery surface? A. Steer in the opposite direction of the skid. B. Steer in the direction of the skid to regain control. C. Apply the brakes hard and hold them. D. Turn off the engine. Answer B. Steer in the direction of the skid to regain control. If your vehicle starts to skid, you should steer in the direction you want the vehicle to go to regain control. Question 9. How should you react when approaching a school bus that has its red lights flashing? A. Slow down and pass with caution. B. Stop if you're driving in the same direction. C. Stop regardless of your direction of travel. D. The flashing lights are only a warning, so proceed as usual. Answer. B. Stop if you're driving in the same direction. California law requires drivers to stop when a school bus has its red lights flashing and is displaying the stop signal arm if you're driving in the same direction as the bus. Question 10. What is the procedure for changing lanes safely on a multi-lane road? A. Signal, check your mirrors, and then quickly change lanes. B. Signal, check your mirrors, and check your blind spot before changing lanes. C. Change lanes quickly to avoid holding up traffic. D. Signal after beginning to change lanes. Answer. B. Signal, check your mirrors, and check your blind spot before changing lanes. It is essential to signal your intention, check both your mirrors and blind spot to ensure it is safe before changing lanes. Question 11. What does a solid yellow line on your side of the center line mean? A. Passing is allowed in both directions. B. Passing is allowed from your side. C. Passing is not allowed from your side. D. The road is coming to an end. Answer. C. Passing is not allowed from your side. A solid yellow line on your side of the center line means you are not allowed to pass vehicles ahead of you. Question 12. How do you handle driving through a roundabout or traffic circle? A. Enter at high speed to merge smoothly with the traffic. B. Yield to traffic already in the roundabout. C. The vehicle to the right has the right of way. D. Stop before entering the roundabout. Answer. B. Yield to traffic already in the roundabout. When approaching a roundabout, drivers should yield to traffic already circulating within it. Question 13. What should you do if you encounter a bicycle rider in your lane? A. Honk to alert the cyclist and pass closely. B. Pass the bicycle with at least a 3-foot clearance. C. Follow closely until the bicycle moves over. D. Insist on the right of way. Answer. B. Pass the bicycle with at least a 3-foot clearance. California law requires drivers to pass bicycles with at least a 3-foot cushion to ensure the safety of the cyclist. Question 14. Describe what the 3-second rule is and how it applies to safe driving. A. Maintain a 3-second gap between you and the vehicle in front during nighttime. B. Maintain a 3-second gap between you and the vehicle in front under ideal conditions. C. The rule states you must be 3 seconds ahead of the vehicle behind you. D. It's the amount of time you have to stop at a stop sign. Answer. B. Maintain a 3-second gap between you and the vehicle in front under ideal conditions. The 3-second rule helps drivers establish a safe following distance by ensuring there is at least a 3-second gap between your vehicle and the one ahead under ideal driving conditions. Question 15. When is it necessary to use your vehicle's headlights? A. Only after sunset. B. From 30 minutes after sunset until 30 minutes before sunrise. C. Any time when visibility is reduced. D. Only during inclement weather. Answer. C. Any time when visibility is reduced. California law requires the use of headlights during any time of day when visibility is reduced, such as in fog, rain, or even on cloudy days, to ensure that vehicles are visible to other road users. Question 16. What is the significance of a diamond-shaped traffic sign? A. It indicates a scenic viewpoint ahead. B. It signals the presence of a pedestrian crossing. C. It warns of possible hazards or changes in road conditions ahead. D. It marks reserved lanes for buses or bicycles. Answer C. It warns of possible hazards or changes in road conditions ahead. Diamond-shaped signs are used to warn drivers of potential hazards or changes in road conditions, such as curves, crossings, or roadwork areas. Question 17. How should you react to an emergency vehicle with sirens and lights on while you are driving? A. Speed up to clear the way quickly. B. Continue driving at the same speed. C. Pull over to the right and stop. D. Follow closely behind the emergency vehicle. Answer C. Pull over to the right and stop. When you see an emergency vehicle with sirens and lights on, you should safely pull over to the right side of the road and stop to allow it to pass. Question 18. What are the rules for parking on hill with and without a curb? A. Always turn your wheels away from the curb. B. Turn your wheels away from the curb if there is one. Otherwise, turn them to the right. C. Turn your wheels toward the curb or road edge if there is a curb. Otherwise, turn them to the right. D. It doesn't matter which way your wheels are turned. Answer C. Turn your wheels toward the curb or road edge if there is a curb. Otherwise, turn them to the right. This prevents the car from rolling into traffic if the brakes fail. Question 19. What does a flashing yellow traffic light mean? A. Proceed with caution. B. Come to a complete stop. C. Yield to oncoming traffic. D. Traffic light is out of order. Answer A. Proceed with caution. A flashing yellow light advises vigilance and to proceed with caution, but does not require a stop unless it is necessary for safety. Question 20. What is the correct action when exiting a freeway? A. Slow down on the freeway before reaching the exit ramp. B. Signal, then accelerate on the exit ramp. C. Signal and move into the deceleration lane, then slow down. D. Continue at freeway speeds until off the ramp. Answer C. Signal and move into the deceleration lane, then slow down. It's important to use the deceleration lane to slow down from freeway speeds safely before exiting. Question 21. What does a no parking sign mean, and are there any exceptions? A. You cannot stop your vehicle there at any time. B. You can park for a limited time as indicated by the sign. C. You can stop to load or unload passengers, but not for longer than 3 minutes. D. No parking unless you are a commercial vehicle. Answer C. You can stop to load or unload passengers, but not for longer than 3 minutes. A no parking sign means you are not allowed to park your vehicle, but you may stop temporarily to load or unload passengers. Question 22. How do you determine the right-of-way at an uncontrolled intersection? A. The vehicle to the right has the right-of-way. B. The larger vehicle has the right-of-way. C. The first vehicle to arrive has the right-of-way. D. The vehicle moving faster has the right-of-way. Answer A. The vehicle to the right has the right-of-way. At an uncontrolled intersection, the vehicle to the right has the right-of-way. Question 23. What are the consequences of driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs? A. Mandatory attendance in a driver's education program. B. A fine and possible jail time. C. Suspension of your driver's license. D. All of the above. Answer D. All of the above. Driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs can lead to fines, jail time, mandatory attendance in a driver's education program, and suspension of your driver's license. Question 24. When can you legally cross double solid yellow lines? A. To pass another vehicle. B. To turn into a driveway or side street. C. When traffic is moving slowly. D. Never. Answer. B. To turn into a driveway or side street. You can legally cross double solid yellow lines to turn into a driveway or side street. Question 25. What are the steps for performing CPR on an adult? A. Check for responsiveness, call for help, then begin compressions. B. Begin with rescue breaths, then proceed to compressions. C. Start with compressions, then check airway and breathing. D. Only professionals should perform CPR. Answer. A. Check for responsiveness, call for help, then begin compressions. The first steps in performing CPR on an adult are to check for responsiveness, call for emergency help, and then begin chest compressions. Question 26. How should you respond if your vehicle's accelerator sticks while driving? A. Continue driving to the nearest mechanic. B. Turn off the engine immediately. C. Apply the brakes and shift to neutral. D. Pump the accelerator to try to unstick it. Answer. C. Apply the brakes and shift to neutral. If your vehicle's accelerator sticks, you should apply the brakes and shift to neutral to safely slow down and stop the vehicle. Question 27. What does a green traffic sign indicate? A. Stop. B. Yield. C. Directions or guidance. D. Warning. Answer. C. Directions or guidance. Green traffic signs typically provide directions or guidance to drivers. Question 28. What is the purpose of a rumble strip? A. To mark parking spaces. B. To reduce the speed of traffic in school zones. C. To alert drivers that they are approaching a stop sign or signal. D. To designate bike lanes. Answer. C. To alert drivers that they are approaching a stop sign or signal. Rumble strips are used to alert drivers through vibration and noise that they are approaching a critical area like a stop sign or signal. Question 29. How do you deal with aggressive drivers on the road? A. Retaliate to assert your space. B. Ignore them and maintain your speed. C. Pull over and confront them. D. Stay calm, avoid eye contact, and give them space. Answer. D. Stay calm, avoid eye contact, and give them space. The best way to deal with aggressive drivers is to remain calm, avoid confrontation, and safely give them space on the road. Question 30. What is the correct behavior at a four-way stop? A. The driver who stops first should proceed first. B. The driver on the left has the right of way. C. Vehicles going straight have priority over those turning. D. All drivers should go at the same time to clear the intersection faster. Answer. A. The driver who stops first should proceed first. At a four-way stop, the driver who stops first has the right of way and should proceed first through the intersection. Question 31. How do you adjust your driving in foggy conditions? A. Use your high beams for better visibility. B. Follow other vehicles closely to keep them in sight. C. Reduce your speed and use your low beam headlights. D. Increase your speed to get out of the fog faster. Answer. C. Reduce your speed and use your low beam headlights. In foggy conditions, it's important to reduce your speed and use your low beam headlights to improve visibility. Question 32. What should you do if you miss your exit on the freeway? A. Make a U-turn through the median. B. Stop and back up on the freeway. C. Continue to the next exit and find a way back. D. Cross over to the exit from the emergency lane. Answer. C. Continue to the next exit and find a way back. If you miss your exit on the freeway, continue to the next exit and safely find a way to return to your intended route. Question 33. What does a white painted curb mean? A. Loading zone for freight or passengers. B. Short stops only. C. No stopping, standing, or parking. D. Parking for disabled persons only. Answer. A. Loading zone for freight or passengers. A white painted curb indicates a loading zone for freight or passengers, allowing short stops for these purposes. Question 34. How do you handle a tire blowout while driving? A. Brake hard and steer towards the nearest exit. B. Maintain your speed and signal for help. C. Grip the steering wheel firmly, steer straight, and gradually slow down. D. Immediately pull over and stop. Answer: C. Grip the steering wheel firmly, steer straight, and gradually slow down. In the event of a tire blowout, it's important to maintain control of the vehicle by gripping the steering wheel firmly, steering straight, and gradually slowing down to a stop. Question 35. What are the rules regarding child safety seats in California? A. Children under 8 years old must be secured in a car seat or booster seat in the back seat. B. Children can sit in the front seat with an adult seat belt if they are over 5 years old. C. Booster seats are optional but recommended. D. Children under 12 years old must sit in the back seat, but car seats are not required. Answer: A. Children under 8 years old must be secured in a car seat or booster seat in the back seat. California law requires that children under 8 years old be secured in an appropriate car seat or booster seat in the back seat of a vehicle. Question 36. What should you do if you are involved in a minor traffic collision with no injuries? A. Leave the scene immediately to avoid traffic congestion. B. Move the vehicles out of the traffic lane if possible. C. Wait for police to arrive before notifying insurance. D. Exchange information with the other driver and report the collision if necessary. Answer: B. Move the vehicles out of the traffic lane if possible. If you are involved in a minor traffic collision with no injuries and the vehicles are operable, move them out of the traffic lane to a safe location. Then exchange information with the other driver and report the collision to the authorities if necessary. Question 37. What does a yellow and black circular sign indicate? A. The approach to a railroad crossing. B. A warning for a stop sign ahead. C. A traffic signal is ahead. D. There is a roundabout ahead. Answer: A. The approach to a railroad crossing. A yellow and black circular sign indicates that you are approaching a railroad crossing, and drivers should slow down and prepare to stop if necessary. Question 38. How should you adjust your mirrors to minimize blind spots? A. Position your mirrors to see as much of the rear window as possible. B. Adjust the side mirrors just beyond the point where you can see the side of your car. C. Tilt the mirrors downward to see the road directly behind you. D. Keep the mirrors centered on the side of your car for the best rear view. Answer: B. Adjust the side mirrors just beyond the point where you can see the side of your car. This adjustment minimizes blind spots by allowing you to see more of the lane next to you and less of your own vehicle. Question 39. What is the move over law? A. A requirement to move to the left lane when you see a vehicle on the side of the road. B. A law that requires drivers to slow down and move over when approaching stopped emergency vehicles with lights activated. C. A rule that mandates moving over for all vehicles on the side of the road. D. A law that only applies on highways with more than one lane in the same direction. Answer: B. A law that requires drivers to slow down and move over when approaching stopped emergency vehicles with lights activated. The move over law is designed to provide a safer environment for emergency responders and stranded motorists on the side of the road. Question 40. How do you handle driving near large trucks and buses? A. Keep a consistent speed and pass quickly on the right. B. Maintain a greater following distance and be cautious of their blind spots. C. Flash your lights before passing. D. Drive closely behind to reduce wind resistance. Answer: B. Maintain a greater following distance and be cautious of their blind spots. Large trucks and buses have significant blind spots on all four sides, so it's important to keep a safe distance and be cautious when passing or driving near them to ensure safety for all road users. Question 41. What does a solid white line between lanes of traffic indicate? A. Lane changing is encouraged. B. Lane changing is allowed at any time. C. Lane changing should be done with caution. D. Lane changing is discouraged or prohibited. Answer: D. Lane changing is discouraged or prohibited. Solid white lines between lanes of traffic indicate that lane changes are discouraged or prohibited due to safety concerns. Question 42. What are the guidelines for using your high beam headlights? A. Only in rural areas with no traffic. B. When it is raining heavily or foggy. C. At night when no other vehicles are in front of you. D. All the time for better visibility. Answer: C. At night when no other vehicles are in front of you. High beam headlights should be used at night for better visibility when there are no vehicles in front of you and should be dimmed for oncoming traffic or when following another vehicle. Question 43. How do you approach a crosswalk when pedestrians are present? A. Speed up to encourage them to cross quickly. B. Stop and wait until they have crossed completely. C. Honk to alert them of your presence. D. Slow down but continue to drive through. Answer: B. Stop and wait until they have crossed completely. Drivers must always stop for pedestrians at crosswalks and wait until they have safely crossed to the other side. Question 44. What does an orange-colored sign usually indicate? A. A hospital or emergency facility nearby. B. Construction or maintenance work ahead. C. A school zone. D. A high traffic area. Answer: B. Construction or maintenance work ahead. Orange signs are typically used to signal construction, maintenance work, or other temporary road conditions. Question 45. What is the procedure if you are pulled over by law enforcement? A. Stop immediately in the traffic lane. B. Pull over to the right side of the road and stop. C. Continue driving to a location you feel is safe. D. Exit your vehicle and approach the officer. Answer: B. Pull over to the right side of the road and stop. When being pulled over by law enforcement, you should safely pull over to the right side of the road and come to a complete stop. Question 46. What should you do if you approach a stopped emergency vehicle with its lights flashing? A. Maintain your speed and pass carefully. B. Move over one lane if possible and slow down. C. Stop directly behind the emergency vehicle. D. Increase your speed to pass quickly. Answer: B. Move over one lane if possible and slow down. When approaching a stopped emergency vehicle with flashing lights, you should move over to another lane if possible or slow down if moving over is not possible. Question 47. How do you make a safe and legal right turn on red? A. After coming to a complete stop and yielding to pedestrians and other traffic. B. Slow down and turn if there is no visible traffic. C. Turn without stopping if there is no sign prohibiting it. D. Only during daylight hours. Answer: A. After coming to a complete stop and yielding to pedestrians and other traffic. You may make a right turn on red after coming to a complete stop, provided there is no sign prohibiting the turn, and you have yielded to all pedestrians and other traffic. Question 48. What does a flashing red light at a railroad crossing mean? A. Proceed with caution. B. Stop, then proceed when you think it's safe. C. Train is approaching, stop and do not cross until the lights stop flashing. D. Slow down and look for a train. Answer: C. Train is approaching. Stop and do not cross until the lights stop flashing. A flashing red light at a railroad crossing means a train is approaching, and you must stop and wait until the lights stop flashing before crossing. Question 49. What is the proper way to use anti-lock brakes in an emergency? A. Pump the brakes quickly and firmly. B. Apply steady pressure to the brake pedal. C. Pull the handbrake at the same time. D. Turn off the vehicle's ignition. Answer B. Apply steady pressure to the brake pedal. When using anti-lock brakes in an emergency, apply steady pressure to the brake pedal. The system will automatically prevent the wheels from locking up. Question 50. What are the rules for driving in a carpool lane? A. Only during off-peak hours. B. With 2 or more passengers only. C. Anytime, regardless of the number of passengers. D. When driving a hybrid or electric vehicle with proper decals. Answer B. With 2 or more passengers only, carpool lanes or high occupancy vehicle, HOV. Lanes are reserved for vehicles with 2 or more occupants to encourage carpooling and reduce traffic congestion. Question 51. When is it legal to drive in the bicycle lane? A. When overtaking a slower vehicle. B. Within 200 feet before making a right turn. C. To bypass congested traffic. D. At any time for electric vehicles. Answer B. Within 200 feet before making a right turn. It is legal to enter the bicycle lane within 200 feet of an intersection or driveway where you intend to make a right turn. Question 52. What does a blue curb indicate? A. Short-term parking. B. Loading zone. C. Handicapped parking only. D. No parking anytime. Answer C. Handicapped parking only. A blue curb designates parking spaces reserved exclusively for vehicles displaying a valid disabled person parking placard or license plate. Question 53. How do you safely share the road with motorcycles? A. Allow less following distance to react more quickly. B. Assume they have the same visibility as cars. C. Give them a full lane width and maintain a safe following distance. D. Encourage lane sharing for efficiency. Answer C. Give them a full lane width and maintain a safe following distance. Motorcycles should be given the same amount of lane space as any other vehicle, and drivers should maintain a safe following distance to ensure safety for all road users. Question 54. What is the penalty for not stopping for a school bus with its red lights flashing? A. A warning for the first offense. B. A fine and points on your driving record. C. Mandatory community service. D. Immediate suspension of your driver's license. Answer B. A fine and points on your driving record. Failing to stop for a school bus with its red lights flashing results in a fine and points being added to your driving record, emphasizing the importance of ensuring the safety of children boarding or alighting from the bus. Question 55. How do you perform a safe and legal U-turn? A. On any curve or near the crest of a hill where you cannot be seen. B. Wherever you have a clear view of incoming traffic for 200 feet in both directions. C. In residential areas only. D. At intersections with a no U-turn sign for clarity. Answer B. Wherever you have a clear view of incoming traffic for 200 feet in both directions. A safe and legal U-turn requires an area where you can see and be seen by incoming traffic for a sufficient distance, ensuring the maneuver can be performed safely. Question 56. What are the California laws regarding cell phone use while driving? A. Handheld use plain text. A. Handheld use is allowed at any age. B. Handheld use is prohibited. Hands-free is required for all drivers. C. Only hands-free use is allowed for drivers under 18. D. No restrictions on cell phone use while driving. Answer: B. Handheld use is prohibited. Hands-free is required for all drivers. California law prohibits all drivers from using handheld cell phones while driving, emphasizing the use of hands-free devices to increase road safety. Question 57. What does a road sign with a red circle and a red line through it mean? A. The action shown on the sign is permitted. B. Caution, slow down for the sign ahead. C. The action shown on the sign is prohibited. D. The sign is informational only and not a directive. Answer: C. The action shown on the sign is prohibited. A road sign featuring a red circle with a red line through it universally signifies that the action depicted on the sign, such as no entry, no turning, is strictly prohibited. Question 58. How should you respond to a traffic signal that is not working? A. Treat it as a stop sign. B. Proceed with caution. C. Wait for a police officer to direct traffic. D. The first vehicle to arrive has the right of way. Answer: A. Treat it as a stop sign. When approaching a traffic signal that is not working, drivers should treat the intersection as though it is governed by a stop sign, coming to a complete stop and proceeding when safe to do so. Question 59. What are the rules regarding right-of-way when merging onto a freeway? A. The merging vehicle has the right-of-way. B. Freeway traffic must yield to the merging vehicle. C. Freeway traffic has the right-of-way. The merging vehicle must yield. D. The vehicle with the higher speed has the right-of-way. Answer: C. Freeway traffic has the right-of-way. The merging vehicle must yield. When merging onto a freeway, the driver must yield to vehicles already on the freeway, adjusting speed and position to safely merge into the flow of traffic. Question 60. What does a yield sign mean, and how should you respond? A. Stop completely and wait for all traffic to clear. B. Slow down and prepare to stop if necessary. Yield to any traffic or pedestrians. C. Proceed with caution but maintain your speed. D. Only yield to vehicles on your left. Answer: B. Slow down and prepare to stop if necessary. Yield to any traffic or pedestrians. A yield sign requires drivers to slow down and give the right-of-way to traffic on the road they are entering or crossing, and to pedestrians. Question 61. Describe the actions to take if you are involved in a hit-and-run collision. A. Leave the scene immediately to avoid confrontation. B. Try to chase down the other vehicle. C. Gather information from witnesses and report the incident to the police. D. Wait for the other party to return to the scene. Answer: C. Gather information from witnesses and report the incident to the police. If you are involved in a hit and run, it's important to gather as much information as possible from witnesses and report the incident to the police along with any details you have about the fleeing vehicle. Question 62. What are the specific rules for parking near fire hydrants? A. Parking is allowed if the vehicle is attended. B. No parking within 15 feet of a fire hydrant. C. Parking is permitted for short durations only. D. No restrictions apply during night hours. Answer: B. No parking within 15 feet of a fire hydrant. It is illegal to park within 15 feet of a fire hydrant to ensure that emergency services have unhindered access in case of a fire. Question 63. How do you navigate a traffic circle or roundabout? A. Enter at high speed to merge smoothly. B. Yield to traffic on your left. C. Yield to all traffic already in the circle and proceed when safe. D. The vehicle with the largest size has the right of way. Answer: C. Yield to all traffic already in the circle and proceed when safe. When navigating a traffic circle or roundabout, drivers must yield to traffic already circulating within the roundabout before entering. Question 64. What should you do if you encounter wildlife on the road? A. Speed up to scare the animals away. B. Honk continuously to alert the animals. C. Slow down and stop if necessary to avoid a collision. D. Attempt to drive around the animals. Answer. C. Slow down and stop if necessary to avoid a collision. If you encounter wildlife on the road, it's important to slow down and stop if necessary, giving the animals time to move away and preventing a collision. Question 65. What does the sign "slippery when wet" indicate, and how should you adjust your driving? A. Ignore the sign if it's not raining. B. Increase your speed to maintain traction. C. Maintain normal driving speed and behavior. D. Reduce speed and increase following distance. Answer. D. Reduce speed and increase following distance. The "slippery when wet" sign warns drivers that roads may be slippery when wet, and you should adjust your driving by reducing speed and increasing the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you for safety.